So we have the most of the gameplay working. Now what's left to do is save game. So let's get on with it. First thing we'll create is a structure in blueprints structure, and we're going to call it game data. So that will be a structure is a type of variable that holds other variables. So for us it will be high score save, which will be of type integer, and the next one will be last score save, which will be a type of integer as well. We'll save it. Now one more thing we need is a save game, so that will be in blueprints, blueprint class, and if this is closed you can open it and search for save game, this one, select, and we're gonna call it save data. So we have game data and we have save data. So in save data we need to give a variable game data reference, and it will be of the type structure we created earlier, which is game data. Compile and save, and now you can see the high score save and last score save. So we get into the gameplay. Let's create the load save game and load game data and save game data. So we right click, add custom event, load save game. So what load game save does is there's a inbuilt function in Unreal. It's called load game from slot, this one, and for the slot name we are gonna promote to variable slot name. So that's basically the file name which will be stored on the system. So let's give it a name of data. Compile, save. Okay, from here we will cast to save game, save data, which we created earlier. From this we will get the game data reference, and we can split it. So we have reference to high score save and last score save, which we are going to assign to high score and last score. So we can connect it here, connect this one here, high score to high score and last score to last score. So that's going to load the data from save data and going to assign in high score and last score. So we comment it out and call it load game data, and we're gonna give it color green. For the next part it's gonna be the save game data, load save game. So why did we name it load save game? We can call it load game data. Okay, and the next one is going to be add custom event, save game data. So what this one does is create save game object. Now with the save game class we're going to specify it as the save data, which we made earlier. From here we're going to get a reference to game data reference. Now we don't need that load, we need set. So set game data reference. Now like we did earlier, we're gonna right click, split struct bin, and this time we are gonna assign the values in them. So it will be high score and last score, and we can drag it to the respective pins. And for the last bit you need to drag a wire from here, save game to slot, and that slot will be the same slot name. So we can comment this out as well, save game data, and the color will be green. So hopefully this should save and load the game data. Now we have created the functions but we are not calling them anywhere, so let's do that. So for this one, at the end game, let's have another pin, and that will be once all the variables are set, we're gonna save game. So save game data, and for the load game data, it'll be on initialize. So as soon as the game starts and before the HUD is created, so we'll create the pin and break this pin by pressing Alt and clicking. We'll move this down and call load game data here, connect here, and then we load the HUD, compile and save. So let's test this out. So 0 0 will start. So we have a high score now. Okay, so 4 4. Now let's close it, and if we open and the function works, we should have the previous data here again. So every time you play, your last score and the high score will be saved. You can close it and open, and 4 and 2. So that's working. So that's basically almost the entire gameplay, save, HUD, and everything in place. Now in the last video, we're going to do a bit of touch up, final polishing of everything, and that'll be the end of the course. See you.